Hey everyone, Natalie here, video number 2, and I decided for this video I wanted to talk about the very first self-help book I ever read about 15 years ago when I was in high school, and it is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I love this book, and I've reread this book probably 4 or 5 times in the past 15 years. And every time I read it, I get something new out of it. You think you mastered it, and then you read it again, and you're like, wow, there are still some things I can work on. Or, gosh, that situation the other week, I probably could have reacted to it differently. So I feel like these four agreements are things that can always be worked on, always be reviewed. And mastery is really just a practice, it's something to apply to your life. But they're great words to live by. And so here we go. The four agreements. The very first agreement is be impeccable with your word. So, it's really just talking about speaking the truth and speaking from a place of love. And, whether it's how you talk to other people, how you talk to yourself, words are energy. There's an energy to every word, whether it's positive, negative, indifferent, and that energy creates an emotion and it creates a reality. So it's really important to just be aware of our thoughts, to be aware of our words and how we express ourselves, and be wise about your choices because words can hurt, and they can also be used for a lot of good and a lot of love. So it's a great one to start with. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. I remember this was a really big one for me years ago when I read this book because I always felt like things that other people did was personal. It's very easy to take things personally. If someone says something to you or does an action that comes back and hurts you in some way, it's not personal. And it's not always easy to realize that, but we have to remember that people are coming from a different place. If someone hurts you, whether it's through an action or words or whatever it is, most likely they're suffering in some way. They're not treating themselves with respect. Maybe they're not loving themselves, and so they end up hurting the people around them. And so as much as, as we want to think that things are all about us, they're not. And, coming from a big family, I think that this is one of the two agreements that can be challenging when you're around a lot of other people, especially growing up. But, if you can really master this one, it's a great way to let go of a lot of unnecessary suffering. And for me, that was a big one. I feel like I'm pretty good with this agreement now, but years ago, this was a challenge for me. So you can get through it too. Third agreement, don't make assumptions. That is a huge one. I think, we all come from our own reality. We all come from our own thoughts, our own emotions, our own backgrounds. And when we look at any situation, we're going to look at it from our perspective, right? And we may even try to flip it around and figure out what that person was thinking when they did A, B, and C, but it doesn't mean we really understand where they're coming from. So don't make those assumptions. It's so much more important to just be open, to start asking questions, to be honest, to admit that you don't know the answer, to admit that you don't understand where someone else is coming from. But this can really get rid of a lot of unnecessary drama in your life, particularly with close relationships, friends, loved ones, family, the people you're around a lot. You can't make an assumption about why someone did something. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what they're thinking that day. You don't know what they just experienced before they walked in the door. And you may not know as much about their background as you think you do. So always ask questions, always dig a little deeper, and it will clear up a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of drama, and potentially a lot of hurt feelings and just undue stress in your life. And then the last agreement is always do your best. This one I love, that's what we're here for, right? To grow and to live and to be better people. And your best one day is going to be different from the next, you may feel great one day, you may be sick the next, you may be tired, whatever it is. But just do your best in that moment, in that day, where you're at that moment. And that's all you can do is just do your best. And I think that's important for our own growth, That's what this life is about. We are all energy. We are all moving. We are all here to grow and expand and better ourselves. So why not just always do the best you can, make the best choices you can, and really that's all you can do. You can't do better than your best, So just wanted to leave you with that. Again, this is The Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. I have a couple of his other books that are really good, just to throw them out there. The Voice of Knowledge. I love this one. It talks a lot more about how we build our psychology from the time we're really young, and just that whole concept of um, how we create the thoughts from the things around us, from the domestication, from how we're raised, and how to kind of break free of that. So that's a really good one. And The Mastery of Love. This one's really good. It's all about self-love. So great books. He's got a couple more. He ended up coming up with like the Fifth Agreement, which I thought I had that book somewhere. Not sure where it is now. But anywho, I just want to share this with you. If you've read the books, maybe you can share some comments, or maybe go pick it up from the library and start to read and inspire yourself with wonderful things about how you can change your life and just live happy. All right. See you later, guys.